activities. of Guyana, of rivers and plains, made rich by the sunshine and lushed by the rain. Set gem like and fair between mountains and seas. Your children salute you, dear land of the free. Dear land of Guyana, to you will we give our homage, our service each day that we live. God guard you, great mother, and make us to be more worthy our heritage, land of the free.
Esteemed Commissioner General of the Guyana Revenue Authority, Mr. Godfrey Stacia, Secretary General of CARICOM, Dr. Carla Barnett, Chairman and members of the Governing Board of the Guyana Revenue Authority, distinguished guests and colleagues, let us bow our heads in prayer. Almighty and everlasting God, we humble ourselves before you today with grateful hearts. We give you thanks for life. We give you thanks for the opportunity to gather here, and thanks for the shared commitment to serve our region. As we convene this 27th Conference of the Caribbean Organization of Tax Administrators, we submit ourselves to your divine grace. We pray that these proceedings are guided by wisdom, mutual respect, and unity of purpose. Our expectations are that the deliberations, discussions, and decisions that ensue will advance our administrations to become better, stronger, and future-ready. Grant us the knowledge, the wisdom, and courage to embrace new strategies, new structures, and new systems which support our shared values. As we commit these sessions into your hands, we declare that the predetermined goals will be met, thereby ensuring progress and prosperity to our individual nations and the Caribbean community as a whole. We also submit all the families represented here into your hands. May you continue to bless the government and people of Guyana and the entire Caribbean community. May you take the honor and the glory. Amen. Thank you.
Please remain standing as we have a moment of silence in memory of the victims of the MV Barima tragedy, and our thoughts and prayers are with the families and loved ones of all those affected. Ladies and gentlemen, you may now take your seats. So good morning once again, and welcome to Guyana, and welcome, and a special welcome to the 27th General Assembly and Technical Conference of the Caribbean Organization of Tax Administrators, hosted by the CARICOM Secretariat and the Guyana Revenue Authority. Under the theme, Future Ready CARICOM Tax Administration, Smart, Data-Driven, and AI-Enabled for Sustainable Revenue. Please allow me, before we begin, to formally recognize Dr. Carla Barnett, Secretary General of the Caribbean Community, His Excellency George Talbot, Ambassador of Guyana to the Caribbean Community, Ms. Lorena Solorzano, Country Representative, IDB Guyana, Mr. Godfrey Stacia, Commissioner General of the Guyana Revenue Authority, Ms. Felicia Ellie, President of COTA and Comptroller of Inland Revenue, St. Lucia, members of the Executive Council of COTA, Ms. Evelyn Wayne, Executive Secretary of COTA and Advisor, CARICOM Secretariat, the Governing Board of the Guyana Revenue Authority, representatives from the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, Caribbean Regional Technical Assistance Center, Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean, Inter-American Development Bank, the World Bank, and the Inter-American Center of Tax Administration, academics from the University of the West Indies and the University of Guyana, delegates from COTA member states, executives from the Guyana Revenue Authority, and staff of the CARICOM Secretariat, specially invited guests, members of the media, those following us on social media platforms, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all. I'm DK Noel, Manager Communications at the CARICOM Secretariat, and I'll MC this morning's opening session. So, ladies and gentlemen, in today's increasingly complex global economy, tax administration offices across the Caribbean community are navigating both pressing challenges and promising opportunities in strengthening their domestic resource mobilization. Issues such as limited administrative capacity, high levels of informality, and constrained fiscal space make it even more critical to modernize tax systems in ways that are practical, inclusive, and sustainable. Your role as tax administrators is critical to regional integration and achieving the tenets of the CARICOM single market and economy. We recognize your efforts, and I really want you to give yourselves a round of applause for, one, your interest, and for being here and participating in this conference. To officially welcome you all this morning, I warmly invite the President of COTA and Comptroller of Inland Revenue of St. Lucia, Ms. Felicia Ellie, to the floor.
Good morning, everyone. Our MC has so eloquently done the recognition of our invited guests and our dignitaries here. So please allow me to adopt the protocol that he has already established. And it is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome you to the 27th General Assembly and Technical Conference of COTA under the theme, Future Ready CARICOM Tax Administration, Smart, Data-Driven, and AI-enabled for sustainable revenue. As I begin my brief remarks, I know we just had a moment of silence, but I would like to extend our deepest sympathies to the people and government of Guyana following the recent tragic boat accident, which claimed precious lives and has brought grief to many families and communities. On behalf of everyone gathered here, we offer our sincere condolences to those who have lost loved ones and express our solidarity with the people of Guyana during this difficult time. I also wish to express heartfelt gratitude to the Guyana Revenue Authority for graciously hosting this year's conference. Commissioner General, we thank you for your management team and members of your staff whose dedication and meticulous planning have made this gathering possible. Your warm hospitality reflects the generosity and professionalism for which Guyana is known. This conference comes at a defining moment for tax administrations across our region. For while our countries may differ in size, geography, and economic circumstances, we all wrestle with similar challenges. We operate in an increasingly complex environment where technological innovation, changing taxpayer expectations, emerging business models, and growing demands for public services require us to rethink how we administer our tax systems. And all tax administrations, whether we are large or small, whether we are more advanced or less advanced, we want to improve compliance. We want to simplify our processes. We want to harness the technology that is at hand. And somehow, all of us want to convince our taxpayers that filing on time is better, or filing early, I should say, is better than waiting at the last minute. Over the next few days, our theme will challenge us to embrace a future where tax administrations are not only efficient, but intelligent. After all, we have SMART in our theme, right? We're leveraging data, where we leverage data to make better decisions. We're harnessing artificial intelligence to improve compliance and service delivery become commonplace. The first part of our theme, being future ready, is not simply about adopting new technologies. It is about transforming our organizations. It is about investing in our people, strengthening governance, safeguarding taxpayer information, and ensuring that innovation is guided by fairness, transparency, and accountability. It is about being committed to maintaining public trust and delivering equitable outcomes for all taxpayers. Data-driven. Our tax systems are being called upon to do more with less, to be faster, smarter, more transparent, and more responsive. Data has become one of the most valuable assets, and artificial intelligence is rapidly moving from being a topic of discussion to becoming an operational reality. AI-enabled. In this room, I am sure we can say that there are varying degrees of comfort, even as we hear that term, AI-enabled. I want to say that AI is here, and as smart administrations, we should seek to utilize all available tools and resources to harness compliance. Today, I submit that this includes embracing AI, but using it in a responsible manner. Utilizing AI not to replace the judgment of our tax officials, but as a tool to help us make better decisions. After all, even the smartest algorithm still needs someone wise enough to ask the right questions, and occasionally also to remind that not everything can be solved with a spreadsheet. Over the coming days, we have an excellent opportunity to exchange ideas, share experiences, learn from one another's successes, and also each other's challenges. We'll also explore practical solutions that will help strengthen revenue administration throughout our region. The challenges before us are significant, but so too are the opportunities. Just look around. I'm sure we can find the opportunities. By embracing innovation, responsibility, strengthening regional cooperation, and sharing practical solutions, we can build tax administrations that are equipped not only for today's demands, but also for tomorrow's opportunities. The collective knowledge represented in this room is one of our greatest assets, and I encourage each of you to participate actively in the discussions. Our theme speaks of smart, data-driven, and AI-enabled. So it is my hope that we leave here remembering not only these, but also the other critical ingredient called collaboration. No matter how advanced our technology becomes, there is still no substitute for leaders, for colleagues to share ideas. There is no substitute for us to build relationships and occasionally to borrow a good idea from a colleague. After all, when we share good ideas, they multiply. I am confident that this conference will produce meaningful insights, strengthen our partnerships, and inspire innovative approaches that will benefit our respective administrations long after we return home. As I close, I want to encourage our over 50 participants. You are here. So generously share, actively participate, intentionally seek to build.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Thank you for sharing your views on the theme and specifically AI use in tax administration. I was just advised that this is Ms. Ellie's second year in her term, and I think we can give her a round of applause for her service to COTA during the time. So the CARICOM song is the official anthem of the Caribbean community. Given CARICOM's role in COTA and our collaboration on this year's assembly and conference, it is therefore fitting for us to deliver this rendition. You may, as people from the region and further afield, you may be moved differently by the song. So if you wish to stand, if you wish to tap your feet, if you wish to clap, you can. But it's the official song of the Caribbean community.
Raise your voices high and sing of your Caribbean pride. Sing it loud and strong. Feel our hearts beat as one. Celebrate in song as we rise to heights where we belong. Sound the victory drum. Oh, CARICOM, hele, hele, wabo. Oh, puyo sing CARICOM, leve, leve, wow. Hele, hele, tabu, ya tabu, wawo. Rocky your drum, CARICOM, leve, leve, wow.
Now, intentionally, we played the shortened version because we know that the longer version may have a little bit more, may encourage a little bit more dancing and fun. So we don't want to deter the program any further. So the CARICOM single market and economy was established to deepen regional integration, drive sustained economic development, and build economic resilience within our community. Some of you know the 5 core regimes of the CSME, but I'll say it again. Free movement of goods, free movement of skilled community nationals, right of establishment of businesses, free movement of services by CARICOM, and free movement of capital. So as you could see, your role is critical to the full implementation of CSME and the work that you do in tax administration. As the overall driver of the activities and initiatives and direction regarding the CSME, I'm happy to warmly invite our Secretary General, Dr. Carla Barnett, to give her remarks. Let's warmly welcome her, please.
Thank you very much, DK, and it's my pleasure to be here this morning. Ms. Felicia Ile, Controller of Indian Revenue of St. Lucia, Mr. Godfrey Stacia, the President, the Commissioner General, and other staff of the Guyana Revenue Authority, members of COTA, specially invited guests, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen all. As I address you this morning, we continue to keep the government and people of Guyana in our hearts and prayers following the MV Barima tragedy. On behalf of the Caribbean community, I reiterate our heartfelt condolences to everyone impacted. CARICOM stands in solidarity with all and will continue to support in every possible way. It is my pleasure to address the 27th General Assembly and Technical Conference of the Caribbean Organization of Tax Administrators, COTA, a long-standing and valued institutional partner of the Caribbean community, which advances regional cooperation in tax administration. I express my sincere appreciation to the Guyana Revenue Authority for hosting this important gathering and commend COTA for convening another forum dedicated to strengthening one of the most important pillars of public sector management. This gathering of tax administrators comes at a defining time for the Caribbean community. The Conference of CARICOM Heads of Government, held in St. Lucia earlier this month, continued to advance our agenda to build a more resilient, competitive, and prosperous community. We have widened the community with the recent admission of 2 governments possess sustained fiscal capacity to to invest in development, respond to ever-increasing crises, and deliver essential public services. Particularly in this period, when international development cooperation is increasingly uncertain, sustainable development more than ever depends on more reliable, resilient, and homegrown sources of financing long-term growth and prosperity. For the Caribbean community, this is particularly challenging. Our member states face structural vulnerabilities associated with small size, openness of our economies, and consequently, high exposure to external economic shocks, and increasingly destructive and more frequent weather events such as storms, floods, and droughts, fueled by climate change. These realities place considerable pressure on public finances at precisely the time when government's context, the work of COTA, is even more relevant. Since its establishment in 1971, COTA has increasingly exemplified the spirit of strong and dynamic intra-regional cooperation and collaboration in tax administration. For more than 5 decades, COTA has served as the community's principal technical forum for tax administrations to exchange knowledge and experience, build professional capacity, and develop common approaches to advance improvements in revenue administration across member states. By fostering collaboration, strengthening institutions, and promoting sharing of best practices, COTA has played an important role in enhancing public sector governance across the region and advancing the broader development objectives of the Caribbean community. The continued advancement of the CSME depends on harmonized policies and regulatory frameworks, and on strong public institutions that give practical effect to regional decisions. Public institutions that promote transparency, fairness, certainty, and efficiency are essential to foster economic confidence and support regional integration. Effective tax administrations facilitate legitimate professional development and institutional strengthening. The international tax environment continues to change. New and evolving standards relating to tax transparency, including exchange of information, beneficial ownership, digitalization, and the taxation of multinational enterprises, continue to reshape the global fiscal landscape. For small developing states with limited administrative resources, keeping pace with these changes requires continuous institutional strengthening, investment in human capital, and sustained regional cooperation and collaboration. COTA has become one of the principal vehicles for regional engagement with international partners, fostering cooperation, building technical capacity, and amplifying the collective voice of CARICOM tax administrators. Distinguished guests, the theme of this conference, Future Ready CARICOM Tax Administration, Smart, Data-Driven, and AI-Enabled for Sustainable Revenue, appropriately recognizes that technology is an increasingly important tool in modern revenue administration. Digital technologies, advanced data analytics, and artificial intelligence offer significant opportunities to improve taxpayer services, strengthen voluntary compliance, identify fraud more effectively, and enable revenue authorities to make better use of limited resources. At the same time, tax administrations must contend with challenges such as cybersecurity risks, rapidly evolving technologies, and the need to bridge digital divides within and across the region. In CARICOM, our ability to pool expertise, exchange practical experiences, and develop innovative solutions provides a basis for building institutional capacity together more effectively than any member state could achieve alone. This collaborative approach has defined COTA for over half a century and will remain essential as our revenue administrations continue their digital transformation. Your deliberations over the next few days will no doubt generate practical insights and actionable recommendations to strengthen the effectiveness, efficiency, and resilience of tax administrations across CARICOM. Such recommendations could help to ensure sustainable